We can be honest with ourselves. You're mostly there for yourself. You do not give two rats ass what is going on, what is the big story that the Fed owner is trying to put together. You're mainly there for yourself. So, with this, a Fed owner wants to come in and he wants to start in with something urgent, something that makes something that makes people want to hover into the game immediately. This is something that Kids Rock did perfect. This is something Unstable Ken did perfect. This is a blackballed name, but this is something that Phenomenal ZJ did perfect. All of these legendary Fed owners, they knew how to drag people in immediately into the game within seconds, minutes, just off the urgency of getting something through. Whether it be DMing all of your personal talent, hey, I need you tonight. We have something big going on, and this is something that we need to rely on you with. That will be enough to tell a personal roster member or just in general, I need to care and I need to get to this show. Because end all be all, if you aren't simplistic, if you aren't overall just being able to communicate, connect with your roster, it's going to be tough. You want to keep momentum going because you always want to be prepared with what comes next. I always did this whenever it was an OPRW show. I always made my own personal OPRW match cards for each show. I'm gonna find one right now. And hold on. Here. You guys might have literally seen this in the mini game. Like I put this in the mini game. I'm gonna put it in the general chat. This is just the last ever OPRW Nitro match card order. Look at the main way that it's structured in terms of just important things that need to be seen, heard, or communicated throughout what you're trying to show, and put it together through different waves of matches, different waves of segments, different waves of getting people involved in being able to make something that people want to come to weekly, and so on and so forth. Last things last, you want to trust your roster members and you want them to trust you. I have a few names that obviously come to mind when I say trust. You can go high Carters, you can go so many people that have stuck with me through my highs and lows of OPRW. Obviously, you can look at different names like Michael Maverick, etc. You can look at mid Carters like respectfully, I don't know if you guys know him, Black Tista, 48 Jeffrey. Y'all may know him, y'all may not. I see somebody typing Carwin. I've known him for years upon years. And you even got respectfully the low Carters. They know who they are, but they came up. You were the GOAT. You got different people, leisure. You got different. I ain't trying to go y'all out, but you know what I'm trying to say. If you reward these people based on their skill or based on if they get their ass kicked, if they're at the top of the league, if you give them a reason to keep on showing up and give them a reason to care, you are going to build a foundation for your federation that will go on time upon time. I think I said it. You got to start with something important every single freaking show. In Road Wrestling, you will get bored. Josie already said this earlier. Our attention span is literally horrible. I know some people are literally there's some things are scrolling as I'm saying this, and they're acting like they give a fuck about what I'm saying, and then they
Ooh,
just
I'm
sat up right
scrolling.
now. They said like I hear like I know
Ooh, I'm
y'all can see
scrolling right now.
like I
What
see
I
you niggas.
need.
I see you niggas. I see you niggas. I see you smiling too. Anyways, the main thing is you just need an interesting segment. You need a major rivalry, something people know what's going on, a big return. For example, y'all may know him, fucking Zane Ethan, something like that. A big betrayal, announcement, confrontation, a big title match, like Josie said. Most of the time, it's always going to be a title match that kicks off a show or something interesting, or just something like a story, something like a cliffhanger that came from prior, or something that can keep on building onward and onward. just so you can keep building interest for what you got going on. The opener sets the tone every single time. Another thing, no dead air. If you have dead air, you are losing momentum. You don't, you can look at it in different ways, but the way I see it, if you have a match and you can take 15 to 20 minutes to set up the next match, why the fuck are people going to go to your federation? Like, you know what I'm saying? You're just wasting everybody's time on top of not being able to prioritize what comes next or what you should be doing as a Fed owner. The main thing is, if you have something going on inside the ring, what something me and Marley did with OPRW, we always had the next thing ready backstage. No matter whether it be a segment, no matter whether it be a multi-man, multi-woman match, whatever it is, they know what's going on, they're backstage and they're ready to go. You want them to be moving, you want them to be active, you want to text them like, hey, alert, alert so and so, are you good to go? Let's get ready. Next backup. It's so on and so forth. The main thing is they should not be seeing the external compared to the internal. And that's what's that main part. Next things next. Y'all know what feds you are. You know what feds you are. You do not need a world title matchup every single week of the show. You're making your Fed, you're making your world championship, you're just making everything that you're building towards look like it looks stupid. Like, you can see Yusuf Logic fucking 100 HP in somebody just fucking because. And I don't. And look, it can go on and on. But the main thing is, like, okay, for those who were around in 2023, you may remember this. There was a road wrestler named Drew Slayer. He cheated his fucking ass off and he got away with it out of these different OCs and pressuring Fed owners just because he knew that he had that different type of mindset compared to them and he could get away with it. The main thing is, if you got that type of if you got that type of superstar that tries to get away with it or tries to pressure you into doing shit that you know would not benefit the brand or not benefit what you're trying to build towards, stand on fucking business. That's the thing Fed owners are lacking nowadays. Y'all don't stand on fucking business. Fuck a spike call. Fuck a, hey, I got a clip. Fuck your clip, man. That bitch ass shit. Next slide. Build order before emotions take over. You got to make a pre-made draft card that lets you know what's happening, how you can move, and what never gets lost. You need a big opener. I'm going to keep on saying this. You need a gigantic opener to get things rolling. You need a bridge. You need important matches that kick things off, that get people going, whether it be big names, whether it be multi-person matches that get people involved. It varies very, very much. You got feature segments. Okay. You got feature set. There's something that I want to get on my chest. I think Josie was hitting on it pretty well, but there was one thing I feel like she missed on. Row wrestling is losing its comedy, bro. We're starting to just lose. We're getting too serious, like she said, with these aura spotlight promos. I'll take some of the blame. I'll take some partial credit. But we need to get okay. Anyways, watch out. But at the end of the day, it needs to get down to what can be something that gets people laughing. What's something that can get people interested? You know what I'm saying? You got something else that goes down like a cool down, like a big ass 5-woman, 15-woman tag team match, or like something else that you know you can just chill for a quick second, and then you got a closing. You know people are gonna be leaving, so you just regardless keep on going, so on so forth. You book for reliability, not just the name. You want to reward the people who attend, who communicate, who compete and care, and who help the Fed move forward. But you do not build around the names who vanish at crunch time. The the top names for years. I'm not even gonna say no names. People rushing booking without work and
Say their
such.
name.
I'm not gonna say no names. I'm not gonna say. Y'all know, y'all, yeah. I got this one. People rushing for
Just say
Fed
I.
owners like shut up. Different things like talents that are treating the Fed like it's not anything important or just treating your hard work like it's just a side effect for them or like brushing it off or just inconsistency. That's something that Fed owners continue to build around and is something that continues to make them crumble at the end. Do not let your cards become a copy and paste. Structure should create variety, not trap every show into the same rhythm. You got to change your match types. Something that I did try to do, and I'm a forever, forever, forever shout both of them out, and I'm a forever keep on gassing this shit. There was a best of series between FaZe Jones and Stem Saber Jr., something that nobody has done for time upon time. They knocked it out the fucking park. And the main thing is, they've stayed consistent every single time throughout it. You just want to switch it up regardless of what happens. You want to change the hook. You 1 week it change. 1 week it's a title match. Next week it's a big address from a world. It's just different things. You want to change the focus. You obviously want to sprinkle around your main stars. The women get some opportunity. The mid carders maybe once or twice if you have nothing really big planned. Just so on and so forth. And you just change the consequence. You want opportunity. You want rematch. You just all types of different shit. You want to reinvent yourself every single show. I think this should be 9 more. Yeah, I'm gonna go fast. Structure protects you from chaos. When the show gets messy, your plan keeps you from DM spamming, crowd searching for whoever it is, or just so on and so forth. You gotta know what's negotiable and what's not, what's outcomes, what segments, and what needs to happen at that show. Like, just keep a little notepad of what needs to happen at that show, or like if somebody said, "Oh, I have to go at some time," just let that be known. Just know when you got to pivot. If somebody says, "Oh, I can't make it," and it's like 15 minutes before the show, you got to know, okay, how can I go about this, or what's the best way that can connect to the story, so on and so forth. You got to respect the standard. Obviously, people have their own time. People have their own business. Fed owners need to respect that every single time. We don't spend our whole entire lives on pro wrestling, but we just come on here like it's fun. And the main thing is, on both sides, that has to be understood. Now, for my part, I'm pretty sure this was Josie. Wait, nah, she had the other thing. She had the story. This is mine. This is my little activity. You build a little show. You pick your opener, segment, title match, little storyline. Pick your anchors, some of the biggest moments that happen through it. You want to add variety with all your matches and so on and so forth. You want to mix max type, stones, everything going on. The transitions, who is already backstage, are the women set up, who needs what, do they need their taunts, do they need anything, are they AFK, you know what I mean? And you got to end each thing that you do with direction. Each thing that happens, it benefited, it went forward. You got build for this show. Now what can we do for next? Final takeaway: a great card is controlling the momentum. The audience feels like every piece is connected, even when the show has to adjust. You have to open with importance, prepare the next piece before the current one, reward consistency over reputation or a name. You got to use variety so everything can not feel stale or just you can mix things up, and you leave the audience with a new reason to show up next week or a reason to care. You got to make something out of nothing each time you book because the structure is everything when it comes to owning a Fed. Thank you very much. Oh, oh, AG kill him. AG kill him.